and welcome to Help My Daughter Loves Horses. I'm Allie, this is Noah, and we're here to help you enjoy horses in a fun, safe way. So right now I'm going to go through how to untack a horse. All that untacking means is taking all of the equipment we've put on him off of him and getting him ready to put him back out in his pasture, in his stall, or in his paddock. This is important to make sure that he's well cared for and that you take care of all of your equipment because a lot of this stuff is expensive. So, I've got him already. I'm holding on to him. I'm going to grab his halter, which is right here, okay? I'm going to take his reins. I'm going to put his reins over his head, right here. So this way I have some control over him. And then I'm going to take his halter, and I'm going to put that around his neck as well, so that he'll actually be attached to where my halter is tied. So never letting go of my reins. I'm going to throw my halter over his neck. I'm going to attach it right here. Alright, so now I've got his reins so I can hold on to him as well as his halter. I'm going to undo his throat latch, and I'm going to undo his cavison. You'll notice I'm still keeping a hold. I've got my arm through his reins so he can't go anywhere. Notice also, I don't undo these two buckles. These stay. You don't need to undo them to take a bridle off. Then I'm going to slip this over his ears, being very careful not to clang his teeth with the bit on the way out. And now I'm going to hold on to here so he doesn't go away. You can just put the bridle over your shoulder to hold it until you're done. And then, still holding onto the reins, I'm going to undo the halter around his neck, and I'm going to slip it around his nose. See how fast I did that so he doesn't have time to go anywhere? Then I simply put the halter back on, buckle it, and then you can either undo the rope here, like that, to get your reins off, or you can unbuckle them. And now he's secured. So now that his halter's on, his bridle's off, I can put my bridle down. Then what I want to do is I want to take care of his saddle. So first thing is I'm going to undo the girth. You can see under here. So I'm going to grab this, I'm going to lift up, and that's going to make the buckle come undone. Same thing on the other side. Lift up, undoes the buckle, comes out. I let that undo. Careful not to bang into his ankle. I'm going to go around the other side and undo the other half. Notice that my hand's on his butt, so he knows where I'm going. So, now the girth's undone. You might be tempted to want to leave the girth attached on one side, just pull the whole saddle off, but that's not a good idea because the girth can get tangled on things. So you want to just take it off completely. Now I go back, I grab the saddle in the back and in the front, and I lift straight up and then over. If you try to just pull the saddle, you'll see these nice bony withers up here, you'll pull on those rather than actually getting the saddle off. Which is why the saddle doesn't rotate when you're in it. So, now I've got that done. Now, you'll notice Noah here, he's all nice and sweaty. So if it were cold outside, it would be very important that we get that all dry. So something that's really helpful is just your regular old rag, old bathroom towel, hand towel, anything like that. What you can do is just rub in a circle so you get most of that sweat out and he's dry. Because if you put a horse out wet in the cold, he'll get really sick. Now, just to be nice to Noah, since he's been so good to us, the other thing I'm going to do is kind of just rub these sweat marks out. So I've got my curry comb, which you'll remember from grooming him at the beginning. I'm just going to curry comb these nice sweat spots here, try to get those out. Now, I probably won't be able to get them all out now, so I might have to do it the next time I groom him. We're going to try to just run the curry comb over all these areas. Yeah, no, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Alright, so I've gotten a lot of those. You can see up here, I've almost got it dry. It's just all, the hair is everywhere. So, we're going to take my dandy brush, remember, with the hard bristles. This is a hard brush. Now I'm going to go the direction of his hair. And I'm going to kind of just smooth this out. And I'm pushing pretty hard. This coat's kind of thick right now. He worked pretty hard. Much better. He's still got a pretty serious sweat mark here, but it's like 80 degrees out, so I'm not really worried about that. He'll roll in the dirt and get rid of that. I made sure I've gone over everywhere that there's tack. I've really groomed that well. You can see up here I've almost got the whole saddle mark gone. Now, if you were showing him and you needed him to look really good, you could take a small bucket of water and actually wash this area. The one thing about washing horses is you don't want to wash them with soap too often because it pulls all of these nice oils in their coat that actually protect them. And then they don't have those in their coat. And we like that. We want to keep their coat nice and healthy. So if you are going to wash your horse, just do it with water. Don't do it with soap unless you absolutely have to get him clean for a show or something. So the last thing you might do with a horse before you turn him out is put fly spray on him. There's many commercial fly sprays, and they're just insect repellent, something like we might use. And if they're out in a pasture where there's lots of flies, especially in the summer, it's a good idea to try to protect your horse from those flies. Flies can carry lots of diseases, and they can also bite the horse and irritate them. So, now that he's gotten all groomed, we're going to let that sweat mark dry out. If you were really dedicated, you could come back in a couple of hours when he's dried and groom him one more time so he looks nice and shiny. But, then the last thing you want to check too is his hooves. So we've just ridden him. Odds are he doesn't have any stones because we were in a nice sandy arena, but it's a good idea to check. So I've got my hoof pick. I'm going to ask him to pick up his leg. We just check, are there any stones, anything packed in here, and he's good. So we want to check all 4 feet and make sure he didn't have any stones, because if he had stones when we turned him out, he can actually bruise the bottom of his foot. So after that, you give him once more over, and then you can set him free. So, thank you.
Thanks for watching this video. Help My Daughter Loves Horses. Check out our website for more.